Hi students, it's time to do a little math. Let's do our reteaching. This one is about fractions for part of a set. Okay. This is one of the last pages that we've done, are going to be doing here, just reviewing fractions. So again, at the top in the gray box, they always go over the concept again just to kind of refresh it to your memory. It says find the fractions for part of a set. Half, when you're finding half, you're going to divide the number of objects in the set by the denominator. So you have 8 total balls, and you're going to divide it by the denominator, which is 2. So in your mind, you're going to think 8 divided by 2, right, which is 4. So half of 8 would be 4. This is ones where visually, when you have a picture, you can just divide them into equal groups. So let's do some of these together. Now that you know your division facts, they're trying to teach you a faster way when you're dividing. So let's look here. It says circle the correct number of sets for each fraction. Complete the number sentence. 1/3 of 6. Okay, so we're going to divide these into 3 equal groups. We have 6 balls and we divide by 3. Right, so 6 divided by 3, right? If we divide into 3 equal groups, how many do we have? Right, there's 2 in each group. They did that one for us. So let's look here. We have 10 base balls. If I take this group of balls and I divide them into 2, right? 2 is my denominator, 2 equal parts, right? Think of it as 10 divided by 2. If I have 10 and I divide into 2 equal groups, I have 5. So half of 10 is 5. Look at number 3. We have 4 footballs. They want to know what is half of 4. Well, if I take 4 and I divide it by 2, how many groups do I have? 2, right? Because 4 divided by 2 is 2. That seems almost too easy, right? Let's go down here and look. I have 15 golf balls. If I divide 15 by 3, if I put them into 3 equal groups, how many are in each group? Right? 15 divided by 3 is 5. So 1/3 of 15 is 5. Look at number 5 here. We have 6 volleyballs, and we are dividing them into 2. Right? They take the 6 balls, they need to divide it into the 2 groups. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, right? If I divide these equally into 2 groups, there are 3 in each group. So my answer is 3. 1/2 of 6 is 3. In number 6, we have 12 baseballs. We're dividing it into 3 equal groups. I want to know what 1/3 is. So I take the 12 and I divide it into 3 equal groups. What's 12 divided by 3? 4. So 1/3 of 12 is 4. And this is where your division facts are going to be really helpful and make this a lot easier. When we want to find out what's 1/3 of 9, I take 9 and I divide by the denominator, which is 3. So what's 9 divided by 3? Well, if I divide this into 3 equal groups, how many are in each group? Right, there's 3. So 1/3 of 9 is 3. Good job. We only have 2 more to go. Stay with me. Number 8, we have 1/4 of 8. So I have 8 ping pong balls. I'm going to divide those into 4 equal groups. 8. So in my mind, I think, what's 8 divided by 4? Right? 4 times 2 is 8. So 8 divided by 4 equals 2. So 1/4 of 8 is 2. Last one. We have 12 baseballs, and we want to divide it into 2 equal groups. So in my mind, I think 12 divided by 2 equals what? Well, how many? If I divide it in equal groups, 12 divided by 2 is 6. So half of 12 is 6. Okay. Look your paper over, double check your answers. If you need to pause this and change some answers, you do that right now. Otherwise, let's turn the page over and look at page 66. We're adding like fractions. This is actually really easy. When we add fractions, the denominator stays the same. The only numbers that you're plussing or adding are the numerators at the top. So let's look at number 1. We have 1/4 plus 2/4. The fourth stays at the bottom. So I go ahead and I just write the 4 down there as my denominator. And I'm just going to add the two numbers on top. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So 3/4 is my answer. Let's go ahead and let's do number 2. They want you to color. They did the first one for you. So let's do this. My first fraction is 3/8. Let me grab a different color marker. My second fraction is 3/8. So we're adding. Okay, what's my answer going to be? Right, 8 stays the denominator. I'm just going to add these. What's 3 plus 3? 6. Okay, good job. Number 3, let's start. Our first fraction is 2/5. So I'm going to color in 2 of those rectangles, and I'm adding 1/5 more. 2 plus 1 equals 3. And remember, the denominator stays the same. So my answer is 3/5. Great job. Let's go down. Let's look at number 4. We're adding 1/3 plus 1/3. So remember, our denominator stays the same. 1 plus 1 is 2. So our answer is 2/3. We'll go on to the next one. We're adding 5/10 plus 3/10. They want us to color it in, so color in 5 of those rectangles, and we're going to add 3 more. So 5 plus 3 is 8, and your denominator stays the same, so we now have 8/10. We're just adding, so the numerator gets bigger. The denominator stays the same. Number 6. We have 1/6 plus 4/6. Sorry. We're going to add those together. 1 plus 4 is 5. And again, our denominator stays the same, so 5/6 is our answer. All right, doing great. Here we go, number 7. We have 7/12. So we have 7/12, and we're going to add 3 more to that. 7 plus 3 is 10. And remember, your denominator stays the same. So your answer is 10/12. That's not as hard as it sounds, is it? Number 8, we're adding 3/4 plus 1/4. So we're coloring 3/4. One color, and we're going to add 1/4. 3 plus 1 is 4. Here we go. We have 4/4, which is equal to what? 1 whole. Good job. Next one, number 9, we're at 2/6 plus 2/6. Right, 2 plus 2 is 4. And remember, your denominator stays the same. So we have 4/6. Great job. We're almost done. Last row, number 10. 3/7 plus 2/7. 3/7 plus 2/7. So we're going to add 3 plus 2 is 5. And your denominator 7 stays the same. So your answer is 5/7. And number 11, we're adding 2/3 plus 1/3. So you're going to color in 2/3. And then we're going to add 1/3 to that. So I color that a different color. 2 plus 1 is 3. And our denominator stays the same. Our answer is 3/3, remember, which is equal to 1 whole. Last one, we have half plus half, right? So I color half of it one color. I'm adding another half. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 halves, again, which is also equal to 1 whole. All right, double check your answers. Make sure you have them all correct. If you miss something, remember, erase it, change it. Give yourself a nice smiley face here at the top that it's all done and corrected. And hopefully that seems a lot easier than when you first looked at the page. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.